Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Krysten Jansen. Hello and welcome. I am so excited to have you all here. In today's video, I want to discuss a common question that I have been getting lately, and that is how the heck I am maintaining weight and sometimes losing weight eating almost 3,000 calories.
I've been doing things that they told me I should never do. I've been doing things that they told me I could never do now. Never do, I could never do. I've been looking back and I'm the only one who ever knew. My dreams began to turn out.
Alright, yes, I know I post about this on my Instagram quite a bit, and I want to clarify, and I don't think anybody thinks this, but if anybody does, I want to clarify that this isn't to like show off how much food I am eating. It's more so to kind of educate that eating more food over time, as long as it's controlled and strategic, it's not the enemy. It's not going to cause you to gain a crazy amount of weight if you do it properly. So I want to discuss how I have achieved this, why I am doing it, and why it might be important for you to consider implementing this strategy into your lifestyle. Let's start with number one, and that is how I have achieved this. Basically, being a bodybuilding competitor, it has taught me the importance of having an off season. Now, you can apply this when you are losing weight because it's the same process when you are cutting down for a show or you're cutting down just to look a certain way and feel better, maybe lose some unnecessary fat. It's the same process, and that process is we're eating less over time and losing fat. What a lot of people don't discuss, or a lot of people fail to implement afterwards, is what do you do once you have achieved that goal? You know, say you wanted to lose 20 pounds, that's great, but now what? You can't continue eating those low amounts of calories for the rest of your life. But if you go back to your old ways, what happens? Our body weight goes up when you kind of confuse it and you increase your foods way too quickly. Your body fat goes up, and what does that ultimately do? It forces most of us to want to diet again so we can lose that amount of fat that we just put on after dieting for so long. It's just a yo-yo effect of dieting, and it doesn't end well. It's not sustainable, and ultimately over time it actually causes you to gain more weight. So yeah, maybe you've lost 20 pounds, but then you put 10 back on. Then you lose that 10 pounds and then you put 15 back on. It's a yo-yo effect, and we have to try to consider what we need to do strategically once we've lost that amount of weight, once we've achieved our goal body composition. So that's basically what I have done. Once I was done competing, which was May of 2017, I implemented what is known as a recovery diet. And that's where I strategically brought my calories back up to my maintenance level, which is basically what I have determined to be my maintenance calories. So I maintain weight. That doesn't mean that I maintained all of the weight that I was when I was competing for a show, but it allowed me to put on a little bit of necessary body fat so I can be more healthy, restore my hormones. And once I reached that point, that was the amount of weight that I was trying to maintain. Other methods that people can use when you're not a bodybuilder and you don't want to put on any fat afterwards because it may not always be necessary fat. That's the difference between a bodybuilder and someone just your average Joe trying to lose weight. You can implement what is known as a reverse diet. This is what I recommend to most people who are on a fat loss journey, is to implement a reverse diet. So this is where basically you increase your calories slowly over time. And what this does is it allows your metabolism to catch up to the amount of calories that you're consuming. So that way, as you increase your calories slowly over time, you're gonna put on a little bit of body fat. It's gonna be necessary body fat, but it's gonna be completely minimal. So that's going to get you out of that unnecessary caloric deficit. So you're eating a healthy amount of food gradually over time so that you can maintain those results. Now, I think a lot of people are kind of getting aware of this process. It's so important though, and I can't drive this point home enough, is people don't prioritize that, because once you've achieved that body goal that you were looking for, it kind of feels like your goals are over, right? Like, okay, I achieved this dream look, now I know I need to eat more food over time in order to maintain it. You know, the goal kind of feels over at that point, but even though it feels over, it's not. At this stage in the game, this is where you maintain all that hard work that you just worked for to lose all that weight to get to your dream physique. So I know it might not seem super sexy because it's not super goal oriented, but having that mindset that implementing a reverse diet is way more important than the dieting phase is going to help you tremendously. And basically I've kept that mindset. So most people, they'll reverse diet for about the amount of time they were dieting for. So if they were dieting for 6 months, they'll maybe reverse diet. They're lucky reverse diet for 6 months. I haven't basically stopped reverse dieting since my show. I have slowly been adding calories back into my everyday consumption since May of 2017. It is now September of 2018. It's almost 2019, which is crazy, but I've kept that goal in mind that I'm gonna slowly, continuously eat as much as I can over time. And what that has allowed me to do at this point now, because it's been such a long off season where I haven't dieted in a year and a half. That's a long time for most people. Most people are dieting every 6 months, right? I haven't dieted for a year and a half, and I've been slowly increasing food over time. And by doing that, what has happened is it has allowed my metabolism to speed up. My metabolism is so fast that I'm ready to consume even more food because I'm starting to slowly lose weight. It's not a significant amount, but my metabolism is so quick that I almost need to consume even more food now, which is 28. I'm at 2,700 calories. I'm pushing up towards 3,000 calories in order just to maintain weight, which is insane. And I'm not saying you guys need to go to that extreme, but let me tell you why now I am doing that. The reason for that is I'm not gonna be in a caloric surplus for the rest of my life. Well, I guess this is a caloric maintenance phase for me, but most women my size, that's a significant caloric surplus. I'm not gonna be at that point for the rest of my life. I wanna compete again. In order for me to do that successfully, eating more food over time is gonna make it easier once I'm ready for that goal in maybe 3 years or so. So eating more is going to allow my goals in the future of shredding down to be that much more easy because of how high my foods are right now and how long I haven't dieted for. It makes it easier because the goal when you're dieting is always to be dieting on as many calories as possible. That's how far I have thought of my goals. That is why I have continued my reverse diet, and I don't know when I'll stop. There's no real stopping point. I mean, if I want to stop, I can stop. I don't need you to go to this extreme, but eating more food over time is going to help you in the future. And because I've still been tracking my calories every single day and controlling my caloric intake, I'm not eating like a pig where I binge or have cheat meals or anything like that. Every single day is the same amount of calories, and our metabolisms crave consistency. And that is why I have basically been able to adapt my body to a new amount of calories that are considered now my maintenance calories. Whereas when I first stopped competing in May of 2017, my maintenance calories were about maybe 2,000 calories, and now they're almost 1,000 calories higher than that. And that's just from me slowly eating food more over time and controlling it and tracking it and just being diligent with it. So that leads me into why this might be a good idea for you. Now, like I said, you don't have to be this extreme where you're eating as much food as I am, but if you've reached that point where you are happy with your physique and you just want to maintain it, but maybe in the future, you know, there's a wedding, you know, you're going on vacation, or maybe you want to do your own bodybuilding show, whatever it is, there always seems to be a time where we can lose a few pounds. Isn't it true? Where you just want to lose maybe 5 pounds to fit into that bikini, or you want to be a size smaller for whatever reason. There's always going to be a reason to diet, but in the time frame where there is no reason, and I encourage you to ensure that you have a long period of this time, because I swear to God, we always can find a reason to diet down. You should try to find a reason not to diet down for a significant period of time and focus on slowly and strategically increasing your food over time, because that's going to make the dieting process in the future so much easier. You're going to be able to consume more food and lose weight. It's going to make it a lot easier because your hormones are going to be restored. And ultimately, point, it's just going to give you more energy as well when you decide to go through the dieting process in the future. So that's basically it. That's what's worked for me. This is a process that I've implemented with all of my clients, and I've had nothing but great feedback from them, and it's really amazing to see them just enjoying food and not gaining a bunch of weight because they have been so diligent and controlled with the amount of calories they're consuming on a daily basis. And I don't know, I just wish more people knew about this and took the time to be more diligent with it. So I hope you found this helpful from my experience, and hopefully you can implement it in your own life. If you have any questions, if you need any help or clarification with what the heck I'm talking about, just comment down below or send me an email. My email is Krysten@TheNattyHour.com. I'd be happy to help you out, even just get you set up with the process of implementing a reverse diet so you can be as successful as you need to be for you to achieve your goals. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful. If it did, do me 3 favors if you don't mind. Just like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and stick around for more videos like this in the future. Thanks you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.